It's not what you did, son, that angers me so. It's who you did it to.
Who? The nobody?
That nobody is John Wick.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you. Always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality is tragedy, bro.
Welcome to the John Wick Minute, where we analyze, scrutinize, and celebrate the John Wick movie 1 minute at a time. I'm Samuel.
I'm Seth.
And I'm Steven.
And today we are going to be surveying minute 22. In this scene, we have Vigo coming down the stairs. Well, actually, he's already down the stairs, but, and he it ends with him starting to hand a glass of something to his son. Dialogue and building up, but a lot of nothing. This has been it. Like, he comes down, he starts talking to little bit. I wonder if he had done the henchman he comes up to. A lot of you may recognize him from the Allstate Mayhem commercials. Mm-hmm. I wonder if he had done any Mayhem commercials yet, because this would be like the ultimate foreshadowing via crossover.
I feel like he'd definitely been in the Mayhem commercials at this point.
I don't know when they started, because when did 24 end? Because the guy who played the president in 24 is the Allstate voice guy, but then
correct,
they started doing the Mayhem commercials after they kind of phased him out, but I don't know what time.
No, he's still no. They've had them both going at the same time.
Well, there you go. Tells you how much commercials I actually see.
Well,
how many commercials I actually see.
Talk about the Mayhem guy real quick while we're at it. IMDb game. Anything?
P.S. I love you. Yes,
Did you
I
look?
knew that because I have seen that movie multiple times. It has Gerard Butler and whatever her face is.
Whatever her face. Okay, see, I don't know that movie, so.
My
Is
wife
it
loves
sci-fi
it.
too? All chick flicks are not all chick flicks are sci-fi. Most chick flicks
really.
are sci-fi.
I don't think so.
You are correct. P.S. I Love You is one of the top 4. Oh, did I say his name? Either way, it's Dean Winters is the actor's name. He's also known for 30 Rock, which I have not seen. Law and Order Special Victims Unit, which I also have not seen.
I've seen him in clips of it, but I've never sat down to watch the show. So,
and he's in John Wick, so that would be his top 4. What I know him from is also the Vulture from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yes, that's what it was. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I was like, there's something I'm missing. That was it. Yes. I love that.
I have a fun fact about him. I don't know if I'm ashamed to admit this now. I used to be in community theater. Anyway, that was a different life. But either way, I knew one of the guys who was in a show with me got a text before the show saying break a leg. And he goes, hey, do you know the Mayhem guy from the Allstate commercials? I'm like, yeah. He goes, yeah, he just texted me break a leg. I was like, what? So, yeah, apparently he knew Dean Winters.
Wait, is that insurance fraud? If the guy is selling insurance?
That's funny.
Just anyway.
Well, regardless of whether he's been doing those commercials at this point, it is definitely apropos that he's in it.
Oh, for sure.
That is about what's about to transpire is Mayhem. I hope Vigo's got good insurance, because so the henchman though starts talking about this big deal that they've closed, right? Or that they have these guys over the barrel on, and
Vigo's supposed to be happy.
Vigo is not paying attention. He has no idea. He doesn't care. He is so lost in thought and worry about. He knows what's coming. So, and then his son comes in. Apparently, his son was also doing something.
Wait,
that he
hold
had
on.
been-
What was his son in when they arrived at the building?
A Suburban.
A Chevy Tahoe.
No, it's definitely Suburban.
It was a Tahoe.
No, I'm gonna
It
fight
says
this.
it on the back.
Hold on.
Look at it.
It's a Tahoe.
Hold on.
It's a Tahoe.
Hold on, because I
I'm
looked.
looking at it right now.
Do they make a Tahoe XL? It looks like it has the long back. I'm prepared to eat
Listen,
my
It
words.
says Tahoe on the back, so have
Hold
fun
on.
with it.
Hold on. Yukons. Okay, so Yukons say Yukon on the back too, but there are the long versions of them, which are essentially Suburbans.
You know, I heard
So-
that in
so
2014 that they started putting
21,
Tahoe on the back of their Suburbans
28.
just so they could confuse you.
Yes. Hold on.
2128, Seth. 2128.
2128. We're pulling this up.
Literally says Tahoe.
I'm wondering actually
But,
if they
it could
pulled.
be a Yukon.
Yeah, hold on. So that
Sure.
says Tahoe. I want to see the other camera angle.
They
they
don't
show-
switch cars between
This was
shots.
a low budget
Dude, they
movie,
switched
dude.
umbrellas between shots. Don't tell me they don't switch things
Not
between
a
shots.
car, though.
But
It's
Oh, we're changing
Okay.
angles. Bring in the Suburban.
no, if they
Yeah.
had to redo it and they could only get a vehicle like close, give me a minute. I'm trying to vindicate myself. I didn't even
he will
read.
do
I just
anything
looked
to
at
be
it.
right. He will do anything to be right.
It's not like a
I
69
said I am
Mustang.
prepared.
man.
I am
It's the
prepared to eat
freaking
my words.
Tahoe.
It's not a 69
Apparently
Mustang
not.
because you can't get that
I
at
am,
a rental place.
because
If
it's
they want to rent
definitely
a Tahoe,
Just a
they
Tahoe.
can
Yeah.
rent a Tahoe for the reshoot. They don't. Yeah,
Yeah,
they
but
don't
it's
sell for
just a
Suburban.
Tahoe.
So the art on Vigo's wall there, like you only see it briefly, but there's a horse head in front of it, and then there's like these like half sphere. I don't. It's so weird. It's interesting, but it's like
Oh, that. Yeah. I have no
Fanciness.
idea. No
It's
idea.
kinda cool.
Fancy art in the background.
it's like
I just want to point out
I
Vigo's
was just waiting for you to
world.
eat those words.
I did.
Well,
I already did. I already said it's definitely just a Tahoe.
Yeah.
I tried.
Don't take our word for it.
No. Anyhow,
3 minutes of airtime.
the Vigo's world is very yellow. Just
Yeah,
still
but not
going
the
with
same
this,
kind
huh?
of yellow. And
are.
it's not the same kind of yellow. It's the same yellow that was in the shop when Aurelio takes the phone call. So I don't know what that means, if it means anything. But this is the color that Aurelio's shop was when Vigo called him. So I don't-
Given that it was blue when he was on the rooftop, I'm really not sure that it tracks
Right,
anymore.
I'm actually okay. I'm arguing that Aurelio's is a blue tint,
I thought it was more greenish.
and
I
it
don't know.
is blue on the roof when he talks to
normally,
him,
but
the
in the
indoor
phone
is yellow.
call,
I thought the phone call was green and most of the shop was blue.
maybe that's not my color spectrum.
Yeah,
if
the
you will.
roof is a bluish.
Mm.
This is
I don't care
though.
about the roof
So
being- the
this
roof
is a
seems
super
normal.
heavy color grading. I would say that the shop and the outdoor scene on the roof had less color grading. This is
The outdoor scene is
and
not
intense.
intentional color grading
Right.
whatsoever in
This
terms of
is-
storytelling.
this is intense. I don't know though if it means anything, but it is about to be contrasted with John Wick, which is still the gray.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
So
something.
So Yosef comes out and he's talking to about some job he was done. So Daddy apparently uses him to do dirty work.
For sure.
So there's some utility to this child. Just like, he trusts him enough to go knock off some people, I guess.
Yeah, he says we won't be hearing anything from them like ever. So
Yeah.
they either threatened them really, really, really bad or bumped someone off
Right.
in Atlantic City.
In Atlantic City, yeah.
So,
Joyzy.
obviously Vigo trusts him enough to go do dirty work. Or maybe feels like it doesn't really matter if he gets caught because whatever.
Right.
Kind of useless anyway. Or, I don't know. But,
You can tell though, because he comes upstairs, he says all this stuff, and Daddy doesn't answer him. He just walks towards him with the drink in his hand. And Yosef is expecting to be like patted on the back and told he did a good job. But when
Daddy's got two
Daddy,
drinks for him.
well, he does, but he's staring at him. And you can tell that Yosef is terrified of his father because he backs up like 5 paces or whatever. And Vigo just gets right up in his face before he goes to hand him the drink.
So Mayhem guy, though, how awkward has this been, right? So Vigo didn't hear anything
worse.
you said, and you were it gets way worse. Vigo didn't hear anything you said about the deal or whatever you were talking about earlier. So now you've been standing up in the suite with Vigo for how long, waiting for Yosef to come? And Vigo obviously is not in the mood to talk. So what are you doing? Just like standing there,
drinking.
Yeah, I guess
playing Candy Crush.
Did Vigo tell Mayhem guy?
He seemed surprised by everything.
He seemed surprised by Vigo punching. Spoiler. I don't know if he's surprised by the news. More so like, oh, I did not see this coming.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we can talk about it next minute because I don't have anything else for this minute.
No,
I feel like if Vigo had told him, he would have vented some of his frustration already.
Yeah, maybe.
Because
it's pretty bottled up right
now.
Yeah.
Speaking of bottled up, the glass that he pours his son is quintessentially Q vodka, and it is approximately $100 a bottle. And
wow, that's really cheap for someone with his
right. Yeah. Oh, it gets cheaper, but we're not there yet. But apparently, they
low budget movie. Got it.
According to the article, The Drinks of John Wick, this company may not exist anymore. So that's where I found this.
$100 a bottle. That's like
essentially. Theoretically, though, the way I once watched, there are 2 channels. There's CinemaSins, right? Everything wrong with this movie. There's a opposite that's everything great
right.
about.
Yep.
Yeah, so they did John Wick. And he was talking about where the good stuff burns more. And so he knew it would burn more later. So that's what everything great about proposed about this. But anyway.
That's why he pours him the cheap stuff.
No, he pours him the expensive stuff, trust me.
Oh.
We'll get to the next one in a second here. We'll get there.
Oh, he pours 2 different drinks?
Yes, we'll get there.
Interesting.
It's in this minute, though.
Cool. No.
He doesn't pour his own yet.
Well, he has 2 glasses.
I know, but he doesn't. One is empty for some reason. I noticed that too. He's holding both glasses, but he only has one of his son's drink in it. Yeah.
That is very
well. It's not empty, but
it's not empty. Well, whatever.
It could be what he was previously drinking, so he just refills it.
It is because it's actually sitting there on the counter with a very little bit on the bottom.
Okay.
So yeah, but anyway, all right, that's all I got.
Cool.
Let's move on to the next minute because everybody's tired of us.
Cool. You got to lead us out there, Turbo.
Well, thanks for joining us. We have a lot of things that we'll plug later. Watch our YouTube, listen to our podcast.
Yeah.
Something to do with t-shirts. That's why I don't do marketing and sales.
T-Public.
T-Public wants our stuff.
What? Where are you going with this?
Moving on.
I am going to the next minute. Hope to see you guys there tomorrow. Otherwise, it will be a very lonely broadcast. We look forward to seeing you all next time on the John Wick Minute.
So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks. We out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized. We out here making posters and we ain't got nothing to hide. We move forward like soldiers.